Okay, so here we are, and this is my schools page, and I want to add some CSS to this. I want to add some style. So what I'm going to do is go underneath the title. In the head tag, all the styles goes up, it all goes up here, CSS. So on line 3 it says head, and then it closes on line 7. Everything I'm going to do now is going to appear in here. And I know I need to use the style tag because I'm using style sheets. And so I put in the opening tag and it makes the closing tag, and I'm just going to put a couple enters in there, so I've got lots of room in here to put my CSS. So the first thing I think I want to do is change the background, but I don't really remember exactly how to do the rule for background. I forget. So I'm going to go down to documentation, and I'm going to go and look at the CSS stuff, and one of them right here says background color, and that's what I want. So I'm going to click on it, and here it is, and I can see right here there's lots of background color ones, but I want this one. I want this selector, and then between the curly brackets, that's the declaration. So I'm going to take this whole thing. Okay, so I've got the entire rule right there, and I'm going to take it back to mine, and I'm going to scroll back up, and I'm going to put it right here in between the style brackets. There, and I'm going to change the color. Okay, so that looks pretty good, but this is pretty dark. So I think I would like everything in the list to be white. So how am I going to do that? I'm going to go and look in the documentation. It's like a dictionary. I'm going to go down and look in the documentation. And I'm going to look around, and it says, you know what? Since it's everything in a list, I'm going to use the element selector because it's going to select everything in a list. Okay, so here we are. But there's one for body, there's one for heading, there's one for paragraph. There's not one for list. But that's okay. I'm going to use this one anyway. I'm going to use the header one. And I'm going to select the entire declaration block from the selector all the way down to the other curly bracket and copy it. I'm going to take it back to my page. I'm going to scroll up to the top. I'm going to click on line 10, and I'm going to paste it. But it didn't do what I wanted. It got the heading. And I said I wanted the list. So I know that the tag for list is LI, and I used the tag down here, and so it changed it. You can do that with everything. You can decide what you want to do, see if you can find it in the documentation, and then cut and copy it. It is not cheating to cut and copy and then change code. It's actually most efficient instead of having to memorize the order of everything. Go down to the documentation, and pretty soon you'll have it anyway.